What's good, people? It's about that time to randomly relate reverse rants, no hate. So, I saw an interview with Malik Scott. Now, Malik Scott said some things that I agree with because basically, focus is focus, okay? And when you're not focused and it comes back to haunt you, that's your own fault. So basically, there was an interview, and the interviewer brought up Anthony Joshua. Malik Scott just basically spoke the truth. He said, hey, look, man, we lost. We got to deal with it. So we're not even worried about, they're not even focused on or worried about fighting Anthony Joshua. You know, and we know that even the interviewer knows that Wilder fans feel like it doesn't matter that he lost to Joseph Parker. He still should be able to fight Anthony Joshua, which is bullshit, right? I don't care how bad you want to see something, right is right, okay? And Malik Scott, you know, in saying that, it's like finally somebody from that camp finally saying something that makes sense, because at the end of the day, the point of him and AJ not fighting and the reason that they're not fighting, I mean, it's common sense, right? Well, now Malik Scott says he want Deontay Wilder to just go back to being Deontay Wilder. He said that Deontay Wilder knocks Zhang out cold. Now, I don't know about all of that, but we'll see. Possible. It's possible. But like I said, Zhang has as much of a chance as knocking out Wilder as Wilder does him. And like he said, they want to take him to deep waters, and okay. Now, his opinion is his opinion. I'm not saying Wilder can't knock him out, and I'm not saying he won't knock him out, but I'm also not saying Zhang won't knock out Wilder and beat him. You never know what can happen in a fight. I know who the better fighter is, and basically, it's going to come down to, when it comes down to do two big punches, it's mostly about who makes the least mistakes. With Zhang definitely doesn't need to burn himself out. But see, the thing about Deontay Wilder, he's not a smart fighter. He needs to stick to just what he does. Now, does it work for him? We don't know, because we don't know how they're preparing Zhang and mentally and everything, where they can look at what Wilder does, and it comes down to your preparation and who can implement, you know, their game plan. So he's not wrong for thinking that Wilder will knock him out. No. Okay. I noticed, though, too, in the same interview, read comments, y'all. Read comments. Different channels seeing that same thing, and they're talking about Malik Scott. You hear comments where people are saying things like, yo, Malik Scott don't sound like he believe in Wilder. Like, yo, you know, we need that Wilder back. Just repeating what Wilder himself said. And the interviewers have a way of, they ask questions based on things that they hear and comments that they read as well on social media, okay? And they're talking about the Wilder, the I want to body Wilder. Like, listen, sitting there yelling out Bomb Squad. You notice how when he pulled off that mask and yelled Bomb Squad, he barely got like any, actually, he barely got any reaction at all. Okay? When Zhang removed his mask, it was no huge reaction. Okay? You're talking about two guys both coming off a loss to the same guy. So, you understand what I mean? People understand what this fight is. So it's like, okay, it's do or die for both guys. So, neither one of them is the hot guy anymore, all right? So, it's like, all right, it's about time. You know, okay, it's going to happen. That's all. But I'm like, so wait. So, because Malik Scott, and I'm guaranteeing you, the negative comments that's coming at Malik Scott is coming from Wilder fans. Yo, he don't sound like he really believe in Wilder. Yo, like, why would you even say, it's like, yeah, why would you even say, Wilder just gotta be Wilder. I want him to just go in and focus, and, you know, oh, no, that's not what they wanted. Now he said he thinks if Wilder does that, he knocks Malik, that he knocks Zhang out cold. But it's because he's not fucking talking about, nah, man, they robbed us out of the AJ fight. And all of the goofy shit that Wilder himself was saying the very next day on 7-8 Sports, talking about how he thought him and AJ still fought. How could you possibly think that you and AJ was still fighting? It must have been the ayahuasca, bro. No, how could you possibly think you and AJ was still fighting? Y'all know what the terms was. And let's not forget, once again, Wilder sitting there getting his hands wrapped, said, nah, if AJ lose, then there's no need for the fight. That was Wilder's words. So there's no fight if he loses. So how the hell did Wilder think the fight was still happening? Is your ego that big? Do you feel that much entitlement that even though you got beat, the fight's supposed to still happen, but if AJ loses, there's no fight? That came out of your mouth. Now, I said, damn. So because Malik Scott is not sitting here crying and making excuses, he don't sound like he's too confident in Wilder. Maybe he's not too confident in Wilder, but he's said nothing wrong by being honest. You're supposed to lose, or win, and you lose, you don't advance. Plain and simple. Hey, Denver Broncos, y'all know how I go. Miami Dolphins. This is the AFC championship game. The one that goes to the Super Bowl. Plain and simple, good luck to both teams. The Broncos lose, and they're jumping on people's podcasts the next day talking about, well, we thinking we're going to the Super Bowl to play against the Dallas Cowboys. But y'all lost. Yeah, but the game everybody want to see is us and the Cowboys. They don't want to see the Dolphins and the Cowboys. Man, that's your problem. Sound like that's your problem that y'all lost. You mean what people want to see? That's the way things go, man. You didn't earn your spot. So Malik Scott, you see, and this proves to me, this is proof that people don't like the truth. They don't like what's real. They don't like common sense. They like fabricated, stupid, made-up lies. Why in the hell would Malik Scott, and he says a lot of shit I don't agree with. Even when he does say stuff I agree with. But I'm trying to find what he said that was making people say these things. I said, nah, that's out of the whole interview. When you listen to him, that's exactly what they alluded to. And he basically said, when you get older, you mature. Certain things you don't, and this is what I'm saying to you. Wilder was sitting up there yelling, bomb squad. Nobody gets hyped up when he does that, man. It's just him. Like I said, he barely got a reaction from that shit. That's not going to win him the fight. What's going to win you the fight is what you do bell to bell. All right? So when I'm listening to this interview, and the way Malik Scott was answering the questions, okay, sounds to me like he was trying to be as sincere as possible, okay? If he would have stood there talking about, man, they don't want this fight. Because if you notice, Malik Scott and Wilder never are really saying the same things. They're never saying the same things. So what Malik Scott was saying, that's not what Wilder was saying after he lost to Parker. He stood up and said, oh, man, I'm thinking me and AJ still fighting. What the hell? How? So Malik Scott is saying we're not talking about AJ like, nah, man, look, we lost, we got to deal with that. Okay, so bottom line is, you know how you have those movies and like a person is thinking and you got the angel on one side and the devil on the other side? Yeah, that's what it is. Only in this case, Malik Scott was being the angel on this one. Right? He's saying what's really real in that sense. Like I said, I'm not. His opinion is his opinion about who wins. I mean, he stood there and said if Wilder is Wilder, he knocks Zhang out cold. What more do you want him to say? No, y'all wanted him to say, yo, AJ and them don't want this fight. They scared. They ducking. Yo, if AJ really wanted this fight, he'd have told him, nah, man, me and Wilder, like, okay, what? Like it's his fault that y'all lost. And if you remember, Wilder took credit for AJ winning. Man, that nigga, I don't know that nigga fought. You ain't never seen AJ fight like that. He seen me lost. That gave him energy. He went out there, you know what I'm saying, did what he's supposed to do, because I lost. Like, so that's what y'all wanted to hear come out of Malik Scott. Any other time he said a bunch of weirdo shit. Like I said, he says things that I agree with, but he says a lot of shit I don't agree with. And in terms of him believing in Wilder or not, it's like what did he say that make you feel like he don't believe in him? Or let's say if he really don't believe in him. Let's say if he don't. What did he say that made y'all really think that? And I'm telling you, it's because he wasn't talking shit and trying to bash AJ. It's because even him saying that and him saying he want Wilder to do what he does. So it's funny to me because I'm like, when he's saying that, it makes me say, well, Malik, whose game plan was it to have Wilder running around against Joseph Parker in the first place? Was that your idea or Wilder's? Okay, because that will make me feel like, well, in the corner, you must have been telling Wilder to do things that he wasn't listening to. Otherwise, when you say, I just want him to do, just do what he does, go back to bed. Okay, so you see what I'm saying? I can ask that question because it's like, well, damn, who's the trainer, right? Whose idea was that? Either way, man, this game is getting real fickle, and I think too, this is a lot of this is coming down to Wilder fans are starting to lose faith in him, and they're feeling like, man, this motherfucker gonna fuck around and lose to Zhang, especially if they sat back there and if they sat and watched, went back. Let me see Wilder versus Parker again. Now let me watch Zhang versus Parker, because Zhang and Parker was competitive. Like I said, we know Zhang faded out, stamina issues. But Wilder's fight with Parker wasn't even competitive. So maybe his fans are the ones, maybe the ones saying it. Maybe they don't really feel confident in Wilder. Maybe they don't really believe in Wilder. Truthfully, it comes down to this. Being honest about where you stand, what you can do, is always a must. When you start telling yourself you're better than what you are, you can set yourself up for failure. Nobody's saying to doubt yourself. But the whole point is, you don't control your emotions, but you can learn how to, your mindset, what you accept reality. If you don't feel like you're ready, don't force it. But if you're ready, then it's full steam ahead. There's no turning back. Lying to your fighter, lying for your fighter definitely doesn't help them. But once again, if him talking about he won a body on his record, all of the so-called entertainment, the so-called theatrics of it, that's not what's going with him to fight. He's not going to scare Zhang by telling him, I want to kill you in the ring and stare your kid in the face while he watch your body twitch on the floor. That's not gonna win the fight. So when they talking about when Wilder's saying the Saudis want that Wilder back, it's not the shit talking part, man. Even if they don't mind all of that goofy shit, they want you to deliver in the ring. That's the focus. If the focus is talking shit to try to make people believe what you're saying, that's not enough. So I'm just looking at, I'm reading these comments and I said, damn, now look at how these people are bashing Malik Scott now, simply because, trust me, he wasn't bashing AJ, and because he was just being realistic in terms of, at least of saying, Wilder just has to be Wilder. But anyway, I already know how people get down, and I'm not shocked about it. But you see it, and there's nothing to be shocked about. Let's be real. You had people sitting up here, mad at Bill Haney for standing up for his son. So I'm not shocked. Anyway, talk to me in the comment section. What y'all think? Y'all think Wilder wins this fight? Y'all think Zhang got it? And do you think that Wilder fans are starting to lose faith in Wilder? Never fall in love with lies. Remember, the truth brings hate out of people. And I will catch y'all on the next video.